1 hour movie, and then so you're saying kicking live on YouTube and then live on Facebook. And surprisingly, say no to NPP and so apeke live or money e babe goro ede abom. Na ene jumadini e babe ye babe pe Nana Addo down kwa Akufo-Addo ene Alhaji Dr Bawumia. Yenyina yenim say per Ghana's constitution all run for 2 terms which is 8 years untimi nkobiem enti Nana Addo abedi akire Alhaji Dr Bawumia ena ababe the NPP's flag bearer for 2024 okwa kofesi John Dramani Mahama and others me so say kuadonkone asefo nyina ebebabi na ene what we going to discuss is a DNA legacy ena Nana Addo hand over ediama Alhaji Dr Bawumia. That is the topic I need to discuss. A DNA legacy na Nana Addo down kwa Akufo-Addo hand over ede ama Alhaji Dr Bawumia. Because Nana Addo ne Alhaji Dr Bawumia ran for 8 terms in opposition, they couldn't win power. And 8 years in the government for now, so much 7 years. I'm already AFM. And say in a way, Nana Addo hand over to Alhaji Dr Bawumia there. It was here a dear potia or the baby man. Ghana food say Ghana ayede. Corruption akosoro, youth unemployment. Is this the legacy and Nana Addo dema Alhaji Dr Bawumia anase adefufuro bi wo ho enti abusuafo oma yenhyase.
So when I say NDC, you say no Ababase, and you show your shoulders that you are not going back. No Ababase, no Ababase, 3 times, and then when you show that we are not going back, no Ababase. Then you show that we are going forward like Usain Bolt. So when I say NDC, you say no Ababase. NDC, no Ababase. NDC, no Ababase. And then after that, you do.
All right, so this is John Dramani Mahama. Some of the funny moments are John Dramani Mahama DJ NDC for, and I say Ghana for Ansana or Babako opposition. Until John Mahama and Sano Joanna. But surprisingly, Ghana for say Nana Addo ne Bawumia mamuno omo husu ye enti ebisa Nana Addo say Nana ya kwan ni ye school ni ye nnwuma asem ne wo no se wanti man solve this problem there e beto out ya NPP enti answer Nana Addo de Ghana for
kwa brefo wo de hwe voting pattern omo to abadodo pa de manana omo se men kanche yes omo se men kanche president so omo kwan no se president anya ma wo mo a na se be yo mo ya pa na 2024 on be to abanetia NPP.
No problem.
You do it.
I'm saying people make those kind of threats. Me, they don't frighten me.
Okay.
It's somebody votes for you, somebody supports you. It's because they want you to do things for them. I understand that. There's no need for people to go to Manya, say. I don't want to answer. Of course, Mayor. And about to decide over to a man, this year. I don't know, myself. Will be a song, and in Teams, baby. And they wow.
All right, so Nana Addo down kwa Akufo-Addo, Nana show boy. In a way, sometimes you are not me Nana Addo asem because oka asema ope. Ebia nipa be name nyame, but sometimes I like this kind of leaders. Leaders are or no. Or say obeto abana ma NPP a emfa na obeto ma NDC emfa no because kukurumuti ne kita ono. Enye obi ne be kire obi afakosi. And that is that this statement is true. Nana Addo making a lot of rhetorics. Some people accuse him or attack him, but for me personally, no, I agree with him. The other one, I mean, Nana Addo ya parents or say we teacher in now, so we millionaire they are compared for free. Although some people might think say very insultive, but for me that is true because nobody earns salary by becoming a millionaire. And these are some of the things I believe said Nana Addo down Akufo-Addo. I like him based on these kind of things. Of course, we wait a minute, I argue based on other things. Now, and then when one doctor Godfrey Obeng or NPP ni kese pa eba be twetwe sa nkomo we. But before I made the doctor bebaso no, I just want to do something very quick. Na me the doctor abaso ama yahye dwumadi na se. Mepacho on our screen a share of economic sector in the gross domestic products from 2012 to 2022. Although say 2023, but I just want to make it from 2012 to 2022. Because in him said John Dramani Mahama was the president in 2012, and Olusi Abani 2016. Then Nana Addo and Bawumia took over from him. And the agric sector, industry, and services, I took only these three areas. People say, these are data. When you look on the screen and you see a statistic for this report to Yato, I don't make anything up. Sometimes somebody might think, say, maybe I'm making some other things up. But these are data. Timamunibia in him. Let's follow the argument from here. In 2012, agric sector grew by 22.13%. Industry grew by 27.14%. Let's follow the argument very carefully. And then services by 47.58%. This is under John Dramani Mahama. 2013, agric 20.37%, industries 34.09%, and services 40.59%. These are data Sanka John Mahama signed twice. These were his legacy. Until 2014, you can see the growth. 2015, you can see the growth. Then let's jump on to 2016. 2016, no, agric grew by 20.84%. Industry, over 27%. And then services, over 43%. Now, you're here Nana Addo beat key over now. Surprisingly, that year, now IMF projected Ghana's economy was going to grow. I think that somebody is saying that there's no sound. I don't know if that's correct. Somebody is saying that there's no sound. If you want to sound that, you can also tell me back, because from my end here and there, I think that there's sound. But I don't know from which angle there's no sound. All right. Let's move on from them. So we will be our here, and I say you also think that there's no sound, that you can also tell me. But looking at things from my end there, I think that there is sound in the system, so I don't know. All right, piano girl, do you get the sound or you don't get the sound? You can actually tell me, because I got it from Always Roy. I said there's no sound. All right, somebody also saying sound is good, so I don't know which is which. But all right, let's move on. Thanks very much. About your argument, and you can also follow me. William Cap, you also say the sound is good. Thanks very, very much. Thanks very much. In 2017, Nana Addo neighbor will be the key over now. About your data na neighbor. Agric grew by 19.56%, industries 29.95%, almost 30%, and then the services equal 43.48%. Let me just fast forward to 2012. Agric 18.78%, industries 31.52%, and then the services by 44.1%. You could see from the data under John Mahama, the economy was doing much, much, much better than Nana Addo Akufo-Addo. I am not making these things up. These are data you can actually follow. Say, we will be able to say data now on Terantesa. You tell me, then I will send you the source of the data. But the source I actually did a screenshot from online, and this is from the PDF, and I'm doing the whole screenshot in at all. Moving forward. Oh, but before that, let me just engage Doctor. Now, Doctor, kakra ansana batimi adwaso. Doc, me ma ajo anyumre 1 hour with Munufi program so.
Oh yeah, thank you very much for the opportunity. But let me make a little bit clarification here.
Okay.
I'm a candidate very soon to be, so I don't want to jump there.
All right. Thanks for the correction.
Jump the queue. So
yes.
I'm a candidate. So like you are right to call me doctor, but I'm just a candidate now very soon. So it means that I'm almost rounding up my studies. So
all right. Thanks very much. Na program de ye ka twi panti se we twi panti be se
Okay. Okay. The mekanya say me da say any akwanya wode ama me na ne di kan no medical aka say minyanye
wie PhD no.
abodi na me ye me nsanya nka nwi because ese no me maduru ho awie.
Okay.
Maduru ho awie enti no edu ba bi afra o kan okay but udo be nso betuma challenge o say da bi. Once Ghana normally a hakra de wa would say
I'm for Ghana for the
in
pa.
fact no ana hands cry de in fact do say no emo ehun safo hene wa ha.
All right.
Okay.
Na because say
Okay. Say okay na me di Godfred Obina due Techiman ena metena ya Techiman ye tete me Techiman jumo enti jumo say jumo 4 wa ha normally jumo 18 udru kwamzayo me bra pani ofa no enso ye eja mpanifo e form na CB jumo me go school me school na apart from JSS me wie no Techiman man say secondary school nyina na nyina me ko no Ashanti region na me wo University of Education me nya akwanya me de ba Finland that was 2008 na me nya akwanya ba Finland aja ya be sha ya di nkwi wa ha se kakra on man ya ba fie ne ya be hwese de isiko me sai
na NPP most no hold competition.
Finland.
That is why I wanted to stress much on.
Yeah, Messiah Finland and so ba MPP me na me branch organizer. So anything in terms of say we are organize ye pe emwa e de abeboa ye party no Ghana me dwuma di a medi eno no.
All right, me that's it. Minia. Now topic here name we be discussing. You so say what follow topic in very well.
Yeah, I think that you want person who ade Omampanyi His Excellency
Akufo-Addo.
Nana Akufo-Addo ebetumi de agya ho no e de ama
I
Yewura
like Dr. Bawumia because say
Bawumia senke so yeah.
panyin de obi bedi wa de at least who are there be a odija no.
Yeah.
You know, based on the data on the ground, Ghana 40 memphone if we said the legacy Nana Addo be beja Bawumia.
Yeah, the met makan is Nana Addo bedi Omampanyi no in fact obedu onyama bebree na esine n'ani so na n'ani so ade hunu sɛ ɔbɛma sɛbe ɔmo entimi enko school because sɛ ɔmo awofoɔ anaasɛ ɔmo hwɛ ɔmo eni akade a betumi de abɔ ɔmo ama ɔmo de apushi ɔmo ama ɔmo akɔ school enti sɛ wohwɛ a ansana MPP yɛbɛba aban mu no na yɛ trump card baako paa yɛ free SHS na no car obi bɛka sɛ yɛ hu bi a free SHS no wobɛyɛ dɛn na yɛ hu abrɛ yɛate abrɛ but me da bia meka sɛ yɛ policy na free SHS a yɛ hu no Ghana no edu bɛ na sɛ yɛde aseda ma aban no because wohwɛ init sɛ de yesi hyehyɛ no na sɛbe Finland anaasɛ US UK kura ntimi enye saa policy no in its current form.
Okay.
Eno no ye something that yentimi brashin aside.
But you say okay asem na opese o chese say.
There me pesa me kire ni say to say obeka say o ma obi free education and I say o ma obi akọ school kwa. Ontua fees. Onye bia is kasem kese pa na me de Finland a ye wa hakra be ye mfanto ho yankra no ye nyina ye ba school free me de be nka so obi ka say free enya na nipa kro odada ni nyina gina how a yesi eye no na wo hwe Nana Addo a free SHS a masa odeba yi a aboa nipa bebre na de ma meka say wode beto ye Finland ase kra ye ntimi implement the same formula ewo ha ene say ye hai akra ko school a obedidi baako na wasen aba fie. But what the to Ghana de ho a yes akra no ko boarding house. Enti aban no na e ma na aduane adi anopa. Ama na aduane adi awia. Asa didi anwumre. Eno no so wa o. Obeda so that dormitory no obeda no. So wo akade bi. Et say enyam kanea. Eni ensuo. Eti sa eka we nyina eba because of say yes yema akra bia enka achiri just because of say na wo fo ntimi enhwe no. Eti that form no na make say wo hwe de Nana Addo aye. Now they compare yen ma ye ba ma no ne ye wa say the same free education e course no. In it current form my Ghana no. They make us a bed ama to Finland. So be implement say in India no though say you bet make us nkra no nya aduane ni papa you bet me asite nema bebre but we say adisuadi hu bia nipa bia benya bia no wo sha say wo ya wo face wo how bebre na emra ekono na wo dan wo nsa say be ya wo be mana aye kama.
Okay.
Education was some them can.
Official education legacy and Nana Addo the beja Bawumia the free SHS.
Yes, and not only even Bawumia, whoever will become president even after next 8 years, how to even manage and contain it, no, another thing.
Okay.
And I'm a teacher on say, when the current format, and it's easy. Into why are they also, you know.
Okay. All right. And on education, what I care on, if I show young Kobe say, which other industry do you know fees will be team WKT no?
Me no not me person me share economic policies.
Okay.
Na yes I share infrastructure efa akwan ni adan ni na yes I for health.
Yeah, you be bomun to crew.
Oh enye how kra.
Okay.
That enema democracy fe no.
Sir.
Aha wo kire wo de na me so ma kire me de. Enti
Economic
and then
policy, yes.
so economic policies no one say yeah Nana Addo why implementing so many economic reforms ni na no it's just say you be boost Ghana's economy. In fact it's mixed. There are successes somewhere and other places there have been some teething challenges, but as I said, it's part of governance.
Yes.
Say amamuo kwa na se wanya akwansidie bi omu a na se okra na amamuo no na minim nipa oye. Eti yenhwe say for almost some time now, how our revenue collections, how you see I go into digitization. It make sure say electronically nema nema in a very electronic way, such a way say you can trace everything. There's that kind of transparency and then the traceability of every transactions. This is one of the achievements you cannot take away from Nana Addo Akufo-Addo. At the same time, there have been so many policies beyond why just to boost local content and at the same time bring in the industry. So you can talk of one district, one factory. Yeah, it has not fully materialized in yes, a panel, but so many of the industries now, be on more not exist, but was it functioning well? You know, say na it me cost say, but no, was so masene ama say no mu nyina no sabi omanya bibi kakra omo ya nka nipa e betena fie bebrebe dey unemployment beba no so ate And I'm not saying say unemployment has been dealt with totally. Yentimi enyi nipa omu ni adwuma ye enyina emfa omu nkɔ adwuma mu, but the why no okay. And your core infrastructure so there are so many infrastructures aban no me kai say omo share as say how they were building silos. Saa ba bia Techima and other places in Amunya be just to store food products so that
Okay.
abra you know why they know a bit me anya bibi free on
All right.
you bet me aka hospitals in terms of health wise COVID ben expose Ghana very very well. Say it mean we say infrastructure health infrastructure no we say yeshemu kena. And through that, none of the agenda 111 ABBA. They are all in different stages. And I think that when they get a on streamer, ama health delivery, I am very, very good. Infrastructure, Nana Mekan roads. Yes, there have been a lot of issues with Ghana roads, and some of us, for example, we do Ghana. Sometimes we because of the scared nature of the road into moving on crowd we are near flight from Accra to Sunyani.
Sunyani or
Just
Kumasi or
connect.
whatever. Yeah.
Normally me dey Sunyani and I'm here because it's but there have been ongoing projects which interchanges are wa plan say we be see any day all year ho adwuma. Nya ni nyina na materialize because of course, there are a lot of economic. Ghana is facing a lot of challenges, and we will not shy away from. Yentimi entry and free, for example, DDEP, domestic debt exchange program, by the ahochiraba, but obi can say papa so pa so ni yim enye se nanum ne de. Ha. Nti and international relations. So me I say Nana Addo I build a very strong international relation. I continue with the legacy the predecessors ni nyinaa ayɛ yi on. Ghana is known everywhere when it comes to climate change and its issues. Is it Ghana is at forefront. You can't UN a year committee on a year. Ghana is on, and we are making a very headway in that way. So and then even your call ahokyerem kra na yes say ye je bosia free IMF no, you could see because of the goodwill and the international relation we building like it was easy for us compared to some countries like Sri Lanka and Zambia and the rest who have been struggling all this while just to get even IMF support.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. We have for programming 1 hour with Monofi and I live on YouTube. Samson live on Facebook. Godfred, surprisingly, the media be a fan always royal. It seems they always royal ANPP. It is an ANPP here. Until supporting most of the argument now. But the question now, Ghana for Dodo Nebisa say, all these slogans now, what will be beat is one district, one factory, one village, one dam, agenda 111, those kind of things. Do you think that they exist on the ground? Because maybe nim factory be at another by AC. And our other regions that they cannot point to one villager and then agenda 111 president Emma timeline Anyejuma. This is something we want you to discuss. Then moving on, let me just put something on our screen. Back on the economy, but I just want to read something very quick for all of us. So over on our screen now, this is from World Bank. So I did not make anything up. On my show, what I do always is say, may the data bar, then I bring the source. That is something I always do. Let me just take my time and then read what is on the screen. President Akufo-Addo has faced a much more challenging environment during his second term. He is left with 14 months to end of term of his government. Since he is term limited, he will not be running for office again. the ruling NPP faces a tough challenge towards re-election because of the country's ongoing economic struggles. The success of President Akufo-Addo's second term will depend on his government's ability towards leading Ghana on the path of debt sustainability and reaching an agreement with the external creditors on external debt restructuring under the IMF program. This is one of the things. In the IMF person say, Nana Addo the second term we are very tough. All those who are limited time or the economy. But say when Timian to Ghana sikasemi ya nipa or succeeding to say Alhaji Dr Bawumia ebe find things very, 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 very tough. On the same IMF. So these are some of the things that I just took it straight from IMF, from the World Bank, sorry. Now I didn't make anything up here. Inflation has been driven by food prices, remained elevated at 40.1% in August 2023. And from the World Bank, as at 2023 August, Ghana's inflation now enam 40.1%. The most shocking one, which is poverty. But I know that it's on our screen. And Timmy also said, Godfred, you might be following the argument, and Obi Ohimbi also will follow the argument. So I'm not making anything up from this screen. Poverty is worsened. The international poverty rate is estimated at 27% in 2022, and increase of 2.2 points since 2021. Ghanaian households have been under pressure from high inflation and slowing economic growth. So what he's also saying is, how to say, poverty, and I say here bubro at yes in Nipaso, our Ghana a rise 2.2% from 2021 in 2022, a rise by 2.2%. Nti ahochere ankasa at yes Ghana for so across the international poverty line. That is something this document said. And I will continue, but Godfred, let me just bring you back on our screen and then tackle these two things. Inflation, bad economic policies, and then the third one, poverty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Documents now already and be on a tro. And I think say the president or president Nankasa Mukra Ajia to Muse or mine moide. And I'm say ye sika sem entutu no
All right, I think say Godfred line I a bit slower. All right. It's, we will try to connect Godfred back in, and then he continues with his submission. All right, Godfred, ubiti mato also.
okay. Indeed, say yeah, you say inflation and I says kasem say isika no mu ye ha ema ahochere eba. And said me kan no obampani na ote so a ono e control we ni nyina no ono agye atum say enokre
Tikasem no nkoyi.
Kasem no enkoyi na said okay me ne World Bank ya adwene say as a government ye won niam bibre say de to na kwan mu na ye timisan ko said na pre-COVID time na niema ekoso kama no neskasem eye no yetimi eko ni nyina begina modesty was ni nyina spending how I be kate ye spending.
Okay.
Say bia project ni bi ono ye hwe na say emoa ya you ye be sesa.
Yes.
Yensa ho ni adai William Cab you say how to steal is the legacy of Akufo-Addo will be quit to Bawumia. Yeah. One thing that I'm me say we use stealing in a very raw form. And what
are you referring to only Ghanaians and I say NPP are buying so more opposition? No? You did the same
And
thing.
make Ghana for how you use you know.
Yeah, worse no.
Because oka stealing almost ababia ya target and say or be weirska. So oka stealing now then you resign yourself say there shouldn't even be a government in place. Yenjai or minus ana enye intino we can make a very sound you bit me criticism crash you bit my bo yechi but the boy na I do about my a little bit circumspect because ye man sweeping statement is me feel say NDC was so this thing the same thing obviously but me to me it's about time I say ye nyina ye fully break you fully break on this issue of stealing because oh yes timamufo na nkasa kra no ubu omaba mu wo gidi omo wo amanyofo ho
Yes.
sebe ye mu bi onu ma de be akasa timi say me here position bi na me wo tumi say me bibia ama me man Ghana my ye pe de say ye be prefer say Ghana be koyi because me ba fie na se me da na maso be dweme na obi mfatuo emma me so just because of me fact say who say me frequent to my bar. If you say that's the best legacy any aban bia bit me live nti ye nyina nema nkoyi me nyina ha nka se o bibia ekoso from
Yes.
and that is where leadership and I say ye ka so ye kandini aha e na kire se wo ye kandini se obetimi aya obechipu me gidi say your friend is saying recently finance minister or say we are turning the corner and we indicators now inflation about somewhere around 25 to 24 25
Why
so
they say when you were in opposition, the current vice president Alhaji Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia or NPP's flag bearer, catch Ghana for say Ghana Statistical Services and massage figures. These were his own words.
yeah.
So there was this picture Obidi sending me now, and I said documenter. Inflation and 40.1%. No,
Yeah.
I declined sharply to 25%.
Yeah.
Yet goods and services in the country, to say the person use Coca-Cola, the 1.5 liter bottle, price and I shoot to. Don't you think say Bawumia and the Ghana Statistical Services a massage figures?
I you know statistical service me from day one I know them even Omo Penny Dr. Kobana in share on so many conferences I know him very well or a very honest man and then he will never fall for those kind of things but like I said these are all political sometimes some of these issues are political talk. We should just ignore them or try. I say, and I can say going forward, we should know because say neighbor me I can say His Excellency I can say ebia ye massage figures. Now you also use it at the same time also meaning say when the table turn the same thing will be said again but say who gidi o na say oh the kind na but the Nufi said that's the right then we move on from there because ba kwa me dey am say ade ba kwa aha Ghana pa di Ghana nya pa ba ko say there's no political season in Ghana. Every day is a political season in Ghana. And your Finland hey, you know say you to aba near 2 years. For the next 5 years, you don't hear anything. Or next 4 years, you don't hear anything. Nobody. Not that people don't have anything to say or people don't have anything to do. But the whole thing is that leadership the space, more space. Because ekoya pretend bia, it's all about say bia, how do I survive? But nipa na yi na ya, I don't know nipa na Ghana, some of us say yeah, political science in you know it. Ghana as it is, the Ghana for and a very sophisticated electorate voters. You can't untimi joke with them. You might have your core, but they are your friend is saying undecided. No, they are more than 30% of the voters are you know. So the space I may, if my advice be yeah, sometimes your platform be ya nipa with the be a man for comment, a man for send ye banter near. I look at it, Miss Smiley, na my because we will say yeah cry within a you cry say you what is going on. We are not still learning something good from them. There should be just a political window of let's say 5 months to do this kind of we compare one to US. The economy is already good. So you can see them doing all that thing because the institutions are working everything. But
Yes.
ours so me deviation no major no honom na back to legacy no so.
All right.
So
Maybe
yeah,
I just wanted to show something very quick. Na ya so akuyenim because me can say somebody might think say what I just said was not true. On our screen, no, let's check on the date very well. 22/8/2014. And about Bawumia can't say way. Inflation figures not true. So I just want to read one or two sentences from here, then we just continue. Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, 2012 vice presidential candidate of the New Patriotic Party, has exposed what he considers to be a deliberate attempt by officials to massage the true state of inflation and depreciations of the Ghanaian city. It continues on and on and on and on and on. Epacho, this was Alhaji Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia.
Lawyer, mean this put you know that.
That's it.
Yeah, mean this put you about.
I know that you are not, but for me or here, and over here, the person might think say what I said is not true. And that is why I just wanted to bring out this fact. But there is something.
I said there was a time, and I'm not saying it to justify the ABR, His Excellency Ekai. Okay, prior to the 2008 election, there was this year allegation say Akufo-Addo all the good good way Bank of Ghana vote mu Eddie call so sometimes some of these things are I would say on the to be lenient, they're just a political talk or something. Just and I know say and busa His Excellency humbly obeka chiro say ebia obe ma the reason to be or the cancer, but still cry no obe he will take his words back. So
like the way you were saying, but these are the politicians are and these are some of the legacies that Nana Addo DJ Bawumia and we don't know. Because one legacy Nana Addo DJ Bawumia said they need to be truthful. Because in some of the kind of that
no, but
the massage figures.
Me ubusa me say legacy or Nana Addo DJ His Excellency Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. Make I say Nana Addo I initiate Nema Bebre.
Okay.
And it is expected say those Nema no say even kwan oni one when man complete at least obetimi complete those initiatives, because Ghana your culture back one ye say whenever there is a change of government, project be previous administration embarking on biano for very strange region. What do you know how I want to say? Na ye jai.
Yeah.
For me, that's the legacy. Nana Addo Eddie Bijay, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, because there are so many things underground now There are so many things that Nana Addo, His Excellency, or pushy so
Dibejano.
bit my you know, for Dr. His Excellency Dr. Mamu Webe to me, I champion or no ankasa ni vision. Or no ankasa can say he will be a man of his own. He has his own vision, everything. The daunting task is that or no ankasa has to also fulfill the predecessor. I be His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo.
Okay. My mema legacy ni ba kwa obesan de ejano. On our screen, I just want us to also move on to where poverty is. The last paragraph. And see, I just want to read it. Poverty is expected to worsen between now and 2025. Until Ghana, Okotoba next year, 2024, you're very careful. Because World Bank say, here buburo, ahochire, benedie, nem kwada na Ghana, ebe, mube shekena, efri enne, inkwesi 2025. Increasing to nearly 34% international poverty line by 2025. What the mamemfa and the wa. And the World Bank say, ahochire, poverty, infine inkwesi 2025 no. Ebe increase by 34%. Godfred, don't you think that this legacy and another debate Bawumia a very dangerous legacy?
I kind of
We NPP, I know so you're finding it very difficult
no.
too.
I mean finding it difficult back cry. And I may kind of say in the first place, Nei ubusa MPP ni bia, even the president himself acknowledged say there have been somewhere a misstep or miscalculation somewhere. And on my minor baby Gina say no here krokro any a pa sebe ya o man betimi
Leadership of
apa ne
the country's economic management team by convention, no, the vice president, Dr. Alhaji Dr. Bawumia and NPP flag bearer, no, and no. Do you agree with this position?
Yeah, Dr. Bawumia said even class or no he will not shy away say one head of economic management team. But we also would like to a bit man I can say.
Go for now. My read the comments about my so.
Okay.
Millicent say you are a nice man to leave NPP. Because who don't a gentleman too much, the NPP party them wow.
Millicent, thank you for the compliment, but
defend our my way.
But when Millicent,
Millicent,
Ubusa lawyer be catchro. Yeah, move on ma. It's not just say bia umuvu kwa na ebe kire say we. But the thing is say ubehwe nipa nim na waka nokre no ayere akire no. Enti yeah, we are all trying our best in our own way. We are frank when it comes to issues. So I don't know how Mobia or Sebia or NDC how you are open to even criticize your own people because of maybe
that is something
for that matter, and I'll just tell you wherever you find yourself, the best thing you can do is that be more open-minded. Now, why candid? Uno be who say you be enkoya, ubehwe ni penu no atuma ka chense minua adewe enkoyi. Oji tuma fa wanje ntuma why more so Mr. Medasi no compliment, you know. But by the mechanic say yenyina ekoba bi va kwan yi.
Sir.
That's the beauty of democracy. Indeed, the ebi kura na me so ka me professor so ba se de osisi enka ba MPP. The baby you know me to match my MPP na ja wa be boy ma ya toto ne ma yi. Because I know say onso onim de.
Sir. All right. Enti Godfred
Okay,
go for it.
was it Samba? Obisa ibina, I would say, um, Obisa question was say,
What about the money buried in the grounds in the name of a cathedral?
yeah, yeah. That was something. On say na can say to say cathedral. President no na nisu adi hunu. On say leader bia e wɔ ne vision. Eti one of ne visions no. I think say we have edu we can or identify as the one of the priority of priorities. Nti na meaning say the priorities ni nyinaa no, this one supersede almost all other priorities.
Okay.
But the whole thing is there's let's not forget, maybe I'll sound biblical here. We all say that man proposes, God disposes. Yebetimi I say ade we na pese ye. But ebewi achire no na asade na yeke na pese ye no na antima mom. It doesn't mean say bia ya faili, but that is the order of things. Enti cathedral, yes, something that almost all of us don't find it pleasant discussing because we know the amount that are going into it.
Yes.
And we know nemanka ebia ebetimi aye. But there's one question I name say ebetimi ebuse ho. Like previous projects, should we also leave this to be a white elephant? We should all be thinking about this. Say we have all been criticizing living projects undone or unfinished. We saying so will it worth it say you be jai ama no other
But
honor,
if
you
it
can
doesn't
say
make sense, because
as
God,
president.
to be honest, say we are buying our banner, say World Bank a project say poverty no be increased by over 34% or 37%. And that's what say the Sikana Ikita no. What you gonna do is what they call kutua mana akusi cathedral. Also, some of the what starting we making some submissions here. Some of the policies and projects and as a programs that MPP buy or omodom sa kokano. Ni make sense no. I think say they should stop it. I quite remember say before MPP back akomya no. Alhaji Dr Mahmoud Bawumia eba Finland ha.
Yeah.
I pass at that time no mo to told to wa me akasa NDC ni ba program na bi. O can send be ha as at that time no me ne ya adwen. I did agree with him. BT say teachers and nurses training allowance. He said it was only 0.0% of Ghana's GDP. Why did the government stop it? When somebody says some of these things, I'll be convinced. Because I was listening to him, then I asked myself, now say Sikano is 𝐊𝐿𝐾𝐿 say the other name is Ichwemu. But when they formed the government, the first 3 years they started to pay and then they stopped. This is purely deception because we will say 0.005% of Ghana's GDP. And the one TSC say ubi ajay tuya about the same na wonso and never ajay tuya. I don't know if you understand my point.
Yeah, and I'm making say to say about free SHS. If you quite remember, yeah, implemented Finance Minister Ken Ofori-Atta had different idea about how the form as a free SHS, and some of us, me in particular, I've never shied away from say yen reforming, yen review free SHS and I reforming no. Over advanced countries, if Senka Ghana newa, mas obi wo atabo so, now wo Techman and I say wo Accra. School I wo no. There are no difference because infrastructure ni na epe.
Yes.
If the infrastructures are made such a way say there's equilibrium in education provisional. For me, there's no need for me to say boarding school system. You benefited from it. The technology, you say will be free enough. No, just to intercultural relationship you're building. But you can stay somewhere and still be friend with somebody else because of technology. So we can do away with all this kind of, for example, boarding school system because they save a lot. You can channel it into other places. So said and now okay, policies ni bi on ma nyese ni nyina na ye nyina ye ni je hu say wo ka education asem me from day one I supported the idea of say ye be yi nursing and teacher training allowances for why you are making a degree why don't they go for the same year
No.
or go invest just you bet much streamline anyway in scar aban be and you can channel it to other stuff so sometimes policies ni bi on ma it doesn't make politically it makes sense but economically it's unwise because it burdens the country. All these things are some of the things that going forward. You say your mama say or not obe continue with the free SHS. Nursing and teachers allowance. He has not on cancer about obe twem. So meaning say all these things when who say maybe there's a political capital out of is it the best? Looking at me as an MPP person, I don't see that. I don't see the need to continue all this thing. So
Okay.
that's where we have the problem. We continue to say our mind. Um, the least opportunity, Benya.
All
That
right.
doesn't make you an enemy for anybody. It's
All
just
right.
about open said the right thing should be done.
All right. May that say program here 1 hour with Monofi na we are live from Finland. And then it's live on YouTube and then Facebook as well. Now we've been joined on the show by Kwache Frederick from Paris.
I will explain to
Yeah.
Esuma, next time I just want to have one-on-one with you.
Yes,
Um,
that's beautiful.
yeah, Mr. Kwachi Akwaba.
Yeah, no, I mean, yeah.
Nti,
Frederick, I
Yeah,
think
yeah.
I want to know your argument here for some time now.
Yeah, for
Now,
sure.
I never joined here late. Program here 1 hour with Munufi. So we were always or almost coming to an end of the program and our join here.
And okay.
There I've been chatting now about so far near Godfred or being a discussing so far.
Yeah, I think maybe I'll go Fred me share na match here to your phone na I say medical complain kakra say na me home fa me papa but na me say me nua kra wadi ka communicate ama NDC for the dent you know there's no need say me ha me ho say
What was so cry?
me ha me ho I can't say bebre because I think he's trying to be objective and
Yes.
that is the reality. And now okay we say JM Nka say obetwa nursing training allowance. I didn't say he did not to repeat that thing because I know na cost no way back 2016. Along the line okay say no be cost no am o lusu akonya no kra na obey because of that intention. So meaning say ade that so wo ho a onye na adwen say obetwa because he has given an explanation the reason why or yes obey nursing allowance free holiday loan na dey I replace nti no ɛda so wɔ hɔ ɔnyɛ n'adwene sɛ ɔbɛsan de ayi aba ɛnyɛ sɛ nnɛ koraa so a economy no asan yɛ dɛ atete apansam a agyigya a yɛyɛ ho hwee anyɛ dɛ nti ɛne deɛ ɛyɛ obvious and I think sɛdeɛ ɔkaa sɛ the education obi a wɔyɛ very objective biara in terms of education a wɔnyɛ school akɔ biara na wɔtu kwan kakra nso so aka ho no you understand or you appreciate the reason why ɛsɛ sɛ you review the free SHS na yɛkɔ no progressive sɛ way a ɛyɛ dɛ ɛyɛ sɛ esi kɔ no because I think sɛ mpanyinfoɔ sɛ ofiti paul se a ɛmogya bɛyɛ dɛ ɛmogya bɛba Ghana is not there yet so ate aseɛ because even the 3 northern regions we shouldn't forget say they were in free SHS now apply more a feeding grants and no cry the government was struggling.
Yes.
So now buying more feeding grants just the 3 northern regions I call northern region the 3 northern regions the whole upper west crying as at that time secondary schools were not even up to maybe I won't say 20 they were not more than 20 the whole the whole Sisala East, no more 2 secondary schools. Even Sisala West, there was no secondary school. Golu, Limam Krum, at times in the basic secondary school here then. So Oshe the whole 2 districts, Kabum no more 3 secondary school. How many districts? They were not even up to 6 or 7 districts. So
Okay.
enti no na no kra na ban na struggle na ene ya secondary schools no mu aye dey abia schools no ye dey do so na nkra no so ye dey do so.
Yeah.
So I think
So you see the reason why Mega say Nana Addo should be commended, but there's also room for improvement
Improvement. Yes.
no,
because
we are not saying say you see one thing na me for me even when a bar say was say chinchina obey the free SHS no I was even thinking say and come de you be better to say with a better performance say one to me a certain grade you not qualify for the free SHS that will even motivate. No, I'm coming to a point because you see the idea is that nkrofo bebre enimo nwoma and so because of here ntino no mo man ntimi nko school me boa ntino ye bie ma ma obi aye de enya bia ko ya not it. That is
Yes.
the mentality. Say ye nkrofo ankola o munim ade ba because of mo parents mu ni ska ntino o man ntimi anye dey anko school. So if that is the case there, then let's put a certain criteria down a betimi motivating nkola na mo my dey asua ade. So me as a teacher no that is where I'm taking my inspiration from what I say because okofa akora wa ji say yes ye bie mu obi anye bi enkora ye self placement enti no wanya school kura na okọ system ni mu a there are schools bi ohwe program kura ekwan da ho a no no aye dey atusu ebi a school we amo ya agrek no mo number ne nso ye eho na akwanya wo na wakwafa enti no ebi a lambusie senior high day school no ote nsuta na abegro na hehen no wa choose ho the parent no doesn't know much about the system or no dey no answer ma me makonya school nti no jame kwan na me dey menko there's no accommodation so huno etu be ko no all these things ni nyina na ye dey a problem but
Yeah.
say limit no even with the free SHS idea no with the people within the community so huno and omo ko school no or within their own community and have the better infrastructure to say they work can because the free SHS no the e-blocks no provide bia everything is in the e-block all the 3 science labs including home economics including ICT lab assembly hall bia bi wo toilets everything is in there there's water provided even the Bank of Ghana there no teachers accommodation is added amo dining hall to provide them a free meal a day meal no so in this system no say yɛte aseɛ na nka yɛkɔ ne saa sɛdeɛ ɛwɔ Canada. That's the mentality. And yes, we should substitute it with what? With scholarship. So no,
yeah
yɛbɛnya the needed people now ɔmo bɛyɛ dɛ ɔmo because aban SHS wohwie a the true fact ne sɛ ɔmɛyɛ ɔntumi mɛ walk straight into aban adwuma direct o. You still need to go into certain trainings. So huno bi a obekọ nursing training na teacher training na university. A few occasions in obi we SHS a obenya adwuma aye dey. Aye direct you walk into institution. So yen hwe ni say ube wie no what say many people passed. No omo call university a have you also provided a needed infrastructure between accommodating all these students there? So have you gotten enough nursing training na ebetimi dis students we are there alcohol no nti na ni nyina say ye hwe ho na the idea of progressive near there say making sure say we do all these things said about going forward you know say normal to turn akwan mu here because for all I know ebia now so ni ye wo cocoa scholarship for cocoa farmers omo ye Ghana I will say enye ni nyina na ebia ebe the needed the right people but say this one and system no ye correct the cocoa scholarship was also helping cocoa farmers omo my the eco school so all these things are substitutes na dey eboa parents ni mu be free SHS no na dey enka ewo ho in a disguise. So the free SHS was there in a disguise. Just that yanyan open say BSc, but there were this even the district assemblies were also doing this brilliant but needed students. They were giving them also support. District assembly or district in Sankolano Moya, they apply for this scholarship. So the free SHS was there in a disguise. Just that now and said that a title holding a UBA no more than or more yet. So but me the manusia may ban. aba abɛwie no wonum mmienu nyinaa bɛyɛ adwene bɛgye atom sɛ Nana Akufo-Addo apart from free SHS yi a yɛmfa ne sɛ fine wɔayɛ lowly wɔde bɔ ne ho safoane and mene wo so ɛka ne nnɛ yi no as we speak they have not been able to tell us the exact amount they have spent in free SHS for the 7 years ni no ɔmo ntumi nka nkyerɛ sika dodo ɔmo spend no free SHS
Alright.
they can't even feed the children as we speak. You understand?
And then we were just talking about the legacy. Nana Addo, and the bequeath Alhaji Dr. Bawumia.
Me conclude.
Okay.
You know, I have some kind of a normal kitty be a media at all. We just a free SHS in there, and then come on in the betray now. Media that up Kakrani, I didn't know. Oh, share the kind of legacy Nana Addo Eja Amana Dr. Bawumia state capture.
Hey, one.
TV, scam and lying.
Kadipimu,
Chronobo.
Mo.
And like my name said the Messiah put to state capture no into tweets. If you ever seen Bawumia.
Chronobona Okano, ubetime amaye a vivid a year, a betcha say, yeah, state capture, nature say, be a mine na nipa kakra bi. Atmaje ataw mani.
Medase pa medase. Meka chronobo as we speak, CCA SML you know deal na omoye ankrofo aban yi ene ne nkrofo afa nyansa kwan bi so ayede ama nipakuo bi contract ya saa contract no sika no ekọ omo nko abotom no omo yede omudi PDS ebai eho asem egu ho ayegu so ayede ye ka saa sika no nyina ayede eno nso so omo awia amari deal no omo cancel ye ne CCA yekotua judgment debt no eno nso so asem ye dey eda ho so ahunu a whole lot of scandals are there. CCA go to mami put you one more thing Dr. Bawumia ede Ghana tiri asa akwhya ase gold for oil krono ewom ni say mo aminu mienu Ghana ye oman yesi ye kwa akoto oil a agese ye kwa kohunu third person na ye de gold na ye wo no ekoma third person no no na akoton e de akoton oil no de abreye ene sisi a Ghanaians are complaining say oil na ye de bre wo mo ye to the Ghana sisi a no it's destroying their engines e say omo engines. What is wrong to say even the third person so kra na ye say nim no nti ye na si hu kwan say straight away no Ghana ye be kodwa man so akoton ye gold no na ye de akoton ye oil na ye de aba so ahuno enti ye ka krono bo a enoma bebre even free SHS you krono bo say dey
man kind 1 or 2 messages be now
mismanagement of the economy.
Yes.
No the management head na nkasa no odimu akotina ono Dr. Bawumia na ye beja akira ma no no akra abo ama wa mess up the economy enti ono atim bidada so ahuno eti sa no ma we num nyina ye no ma dachi bia no se Nana Addo je akira ma Dr. Bawumia omo ho ye de ode ba abesoa no na me no me hu ni se wodi akire bi papa bi ye de eja do because ye de here 2024 already there's no doubt about that already however say empo
eno na ye o send eno na your wish
oh yeah say me and this ni dem metran ka
you cannot be
minia normal ekosu bi
so ka kire me say me no di nkomo na wo ka kire me say even Dr. Bawumia be win a that will even surprise me. And at the same time, legacies now, oh, can we accept no so one can't those legacies no cry, then opposition man cry one in I understand everything, but the thing is, they are positive. They are positive. You cannot take away. SML yeah can. I mean. Something we need a national dialogue on this issue of a friend is giving third party companies some kind of leverage to kind of monitor, for example, our revenues and everything,
Revenue, yeah.
because a big problem. This is not the first time it is happening. It happened under NDC. It is happening under us. Some of us, we spoke against Asofotone and the rest.
Mm-hmm.
The same thing. And I mean, me when you bring some of these things,
So my brother,
eh,
you see, that
eh,
is
eh,
power. But I have no, maybe I may no problem with MPP.
uh-huh,
They say
uh-huh,
all these preachings, no more preaching, and even some of these things now, more kind of in the opposition, they have
mhm.
done it 10,000 times.
Oh, ho.
10,000 times. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. And then Nana
Okay.
Addo opposition one come for electoral commission, and then as we speak, Nana Addo says party communicators and they call
Asa, me be to screen so don't worry about that. Mami on the screen, me be to screen say Mahmoud Bawumia can't Ghana for say he doesn't even believe in Ghana statistics because I want my figures. Yes, yeah, she was referring to you say based in Finland and but I was actually gonna go there. Millicent actually Obi is based in Finland, Helsinki. So to send
Yeah,
yeah, me so me Finland program if here. So actually the Obi there we are neighbors, so we meet
yeah.
almost every time.
Because me sorry. Say
Yes, yeah, my
I
answer.
I couldn't answer her on that. Why? Me style say
All right. All
because
right. So let me
um
just read one or two comments via Abana Yemfa program because program 1 hour with Munufi and become online every day 1 hour. Until usually we are in person cross 1 hour. No. Until Minia William Cab or see, do you as a learned person want Bawumia to win? I think they will refer to Godfred. Until Godfred message in the back on the so down.
we might not like his style. Some of you might not like his style, or maybe his past, what he said in the past. But I can tell you, he's a very fine gentleman who has Ghana at heart, and giving him the opportunity, he's going to kind of excel.
All right.
That's my honest
All right.
opinion. Not
Martin.
because I'm an
Oh,
MPP.
oh, you.
Like he said, he's a yes. Because I used the opportunity because Ghana for a bit decided we in a dictatorship. No, he is not Ghana for opportunity. No, Ghana for Edema Nanado. You know that.
Alfred, I
That
don't
one,
know how
there's no
because
dispute
we
about
were
that.
actually campaigning
There's
together.
no
No,
dispute about that. Say, but the other thing is, to me, no, Yedema Nanado. Ena Nanado, ena betre Bawumia, His Excellency Dr. Bawumia de Onye. And I'm not saying say Nanado echa Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia eja. That would be unfair on my part to the president. Oni ni na eye adwuma no. But the whole thing is there's the reason for continuity. Say be ya baby Nanado eja na ho no. Obeto aso na wa bridge the gap between those wealthy and then the poor. That is the agenda for MPP,
all
creating
right,
wealth for the people.
all right. Ntimini Samba said we should compare the Green Book with that of Akufo-Addo and Bawumia's legacy. That is something I also Yemfa and Shano. And Millicent Godfred is based in Finland. You can actually use the WhatsApp line to contact us. So, open say Ishia Edinkoma. Also, Millicent
Yeah.
will issue. And I think the
Uh,
Millicent of Finland.
Obetuma kyerɛ sɛ ɔkɔ Google na or Google meetings artist CZ whatever is
Yeah.
about me.
Yes.
Everything is there. So
Yes.
not you get any information about me on Google. What I do and everything is there.
All right. Enti abusuafo program e 1 hour with munufi na why na utimi join ni bia no. Yɛda ase sɛ wanyamrɛ na one yen atena abesi sisebraha ene ye discuss
wankasa at least obiara share na adwene, and it's very good. That's the beauty of democracy. Eboa nti nyame onka obi bia ho.
yeah, that
Omo Ghana ho ban and make Ghana great again.
sir.
Yeah, corner. So now, unya kwanya no what to Nana Addo say democracy na your beauty. No man your beauty as it is. You shouldn't kill people when you are doing elections in 2024 because you have vowed say in Bolivia so no or the Korean Dr. Bawumia, but Ghanaians have to speak to that. It you know say talk about come 2024. Or making sure so be hand over peacefully. That will make the democracy more beautiful. If so to speak.
I agree with you.
All right. Meda mo nyina ase nti meda oben girlfriend ni menua kwache Frederick so ase na always royal ase kukurumuti power ene beto etia o mo nti yenkuti na Addo biem
kwabrefo wo de hwe voting pattern omo to abadodo pa de manana omo se men kanche yes omo se men kanche president so omo kwan no se president anya ma wo mo a na se be yo mo ya pa na 2024 on beto abanetia NPP.
No problem.
You do it.
I'm saying people make those kind of threats. Me, they don't frighten me.
Okay.
It's somebody votes for you, somebody supports you. It's because they want you to do things for them. I understand that. There's no need for people to go to Manya, say. I don't want to watch them. Of course, mayor. And about to decide this over to amend this. I was a man, you know, me myself. Will be a song, and in Teams baby. And they wow.
Corruption is one of the things that is holding Ghana back. It's not only a problem in Ghana, it's a problem in so many countries. If all of the money that comes into Ghana is used for the purpose for which it was intended, Ghana would be making faster progress. That's not to say, I don't want to overestimate it, and I don't have any evidence. Often people think, oh, the British High Commission must know what's happening. No, we look at the surveys, and the surveys are all about perceptions. If the perceptions are real, then there is more that could be done to tackle corruption in Ghana. Corruption is one of the things that is holding Ghana back. It's not only a problem in Ghana, it's a problem in so many countries. If all of the money that comes into Ghana is used for the purpose for which it was intended, Ghana would be making faster progress. That's not to say, I don't want to overestimate it, and I don't have any evidence. Often people think, oh, the British High Commission must know what's happening. No, we look at the surveys, and the surveys are all about perceptions. If the perceptions are real, then there is more that could be done to tackle corruption.
So when I say NDC, you say no Ababase. And you show your shoulders that you are not going back. No Ababase. No Ababase. 3 times. And then when you show that we are not going back, no Ababase, then you show that we are going forward like Usain Bolt. So when I say NDC, you say no Ababase. NDC, no Ababase. NDC, no Ababase. And then after that you do